What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Starlight Digest. Scott getting into it. Oh, lower your phones, please. Everybody, phones off. Hey.
Professional. We are professional.
We didn't put up the thing beforehand to silence our phones like in a theater.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my fault.
Oh, my goodness. This is a podcast digesting, bringing you line talk and digesting Star Wars topics over 1,000 years. This is episode 149. Oh, be shit. Being recorded on March 2nd, 2022.
Let's restart.
It's been a long day, guys. It's been a long day.
Did we get a mulligan on this one?
Yeah, no kidding. I am your host, Darth Moocher, and got Scott Solo here with me.
What's up, nerds?
Grand Admiral Franz.
Hey, everybody.
Bootleg Joe.
Hey.
And Ernie the Fallen Fett.
Hey, guys, what's up?
All righty. So, before we get started, we have to shout out our very special Patreons because we love them, and they paid for that intro. So,
Yes.
Go ahead, Scott.
So our apologies. No refunds, no exchanges.
All sales final.
All sales final. Hey, special shout out. Thanks to each and every one of our Patreon members. If you would drop in to patreon.com/Sarlacc Digest Podcast and consider giving us $1 or $2, you too can join in on the fun. Like Cliff and Don and Brady of the Escape Pod Podcast on the Red 5 Network. Hey, we're on that network, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Flavy Davy, formerly of the Nerds with Attitude Podcast. Don the Dad Dorn. Justin the Vanilla Thunder. Mervine. Gavin Connor of the Holy Hour Podcast, who it's his birthday.
Happy birthday.
His wife surprised him with this morning. She said, wake up, get up, pack your bags. We're going to Disney World now. So
Wow.
he is right now at Disney World. So
Wow.
good for him.
I'd be like, but I
His
got
heart.
rating tomorrow. How can I do this? I got to bring my computer.
We got a podcast, man.
I got stuff to do. Anyway, happy
Oh, he
birthday.
wasn't worried about the podcast. He was worried about his raiding villages of trolls and
Oh,
whatnot.
yeah.
That's what he said.
Right.
You missed what he
That
was
is
worried
good.
about.
I
Yeah,
did.
this
He
is
wasn't worried
secondary.
about the show.
No, I do worry about you guys.
We also want to say thank you to Crystal Lamphere, Brandon and Anya Epler, and AJ from the Forbidden Panel. Without you, we wouldn't look as pretty as we do.
I'd be as pretty, but these guys would be hoes.
Squint your eyes. We're all pretty.
That's why I'm pretty, because I'm not wearing my glasses.
There you go. Thank
Awesome.
you, everybody. If you feel so inclined, the link is in the description below,
Oh.
too. So go ahead.
And we just started dropping the actual Patreon exclusive content through
That's right.
Patreon too. We have our first video. It is a 32-minute long video that is a nuts and bolts, stem to stern, top and bottom review of the Razor Crest. So
It was awesome.
check it out. And you can only access it if you are one of our Patreon members. Doesn't matter what level. You can
Right.
be a $1 patron. Doesn't matter. You join up and you can partake.
And more to follow.
More to
Soon.
follow.
When? Soon.
Very soon.
All right, cool. Speaking of, I know some of them are hanging out in our pit. So Scott, please give a shout out to everybody who's hanging out with us.
You got it. We got Papa Schmitty, Gordon Skalski, the Fallen Fett. Hey, he's right over there.
know
We
that
also
dude.
have
How you
Geo
doing?
the Hut, Douglas Tupper, Santo 1414, Cliff, Mando Mike, Bootleg Joe. Hey, he's over there. And let's see. Yep, that's it so far.
Cool. Well, guys, what are we here to talk about? We're going to spend the entire hour on the major
boy.
event that happened this week, dropped, into the Star Wars spectrum. I guess there was a first look.
It dropped
drop
into
and,
the Star Wars toilet.
yes.
Into the
We're gonna find out if it did or not, right? So, of course, Galactic Starcruiser in Florida opened, or they had the first look. I guess it is open to the public now, right? Or on the reservations list.
Yeah.
But there was a slew of news going on. All the cable outlets had it. It was a big event for Star Wars and everything. And as we started getting information in and diving into more of the details that gone, we had our opinions when it was first launched, and the major gripe was the price, right? What is our $2,000 to $3,000 a person going to get us for a 2.5 day stay? Actually, it's like 2 days. They say and a half, but I heard things like your checkout
2 days, like $800 a person. You know,
Yeah.
you're it's madness.
Yeah. So I know I want to get everybody's opinions on it. I want to get the pit's opinions on this as far as like overall, is this something you would take your family to? Is this something that you might be like, you know what, I'll never step foot in this place, but it could
let's,
be
let's,
it's cool
let's talk
for
it
Star
through
Wars.
before we get there.
Yeah, I
Let's talk
just
it
wanna-
through and see if we
I
can
just
talk each
wanna-
other out of it or into it.
Yeah, I just
Because,
want to give the pit a heads up so they can start
yeah.
getting their stuff in.
Don't start voting yet. Let's see if we have an argument for and against.
Yeah, I have me personally, and I'll kick it off too. It's like
Let's start with this. Let's start. Sorry, Marco. I know you're the
No, go
host
ahead.
and all, but
Oh,
let's
wow, really?
preface this. I know, right? Let's
Wait a minute.
preface
Wait a
this
minute.
with
Wait. Okay, there we
there
go.
you go. Perfect.
Whoa.
So we need to put an asterisk on this puppy, right? The people we're getting the news from, so we know, got to go there for free. Okay, they're internet influencers, podcasts, people like us, right?
Yeah.
Just not us, and we are a little bitter about it. I am. Okay, I can go out there and play nice too. So invite us over. What do you call it? What am I? What's the word they call?
Press
Never mind. Whatever.
influencer.
You're
Peasant.
Peasant's
There
fine.
you go.
Peasant's fine. But anyway, we can
Little
go up there.
person.
And a shill was the word, guys. I can be a Disney shill. I can say you guys are great if you let me in there for free, so I can resell your wares for 5 times the price. I'm in. So anyway, just wanted to preface that with who the reviews and the pictures are coming
That's
from.
a good.
Just so we know. So a lot of the opinions that we see online are people
Yeah.
that did not pay to get in.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
point. Actually, a really good point. Oh, hold on, let me switch this back. Okay.
I
That's
was
better.
gonna get you, but-
Oh,
Hey, Scott.
Yeah.
it knows what it knows. The Force wills it.
Scott's gonna get banned.
All right.
Okay.
I was trying to fix it.
You did.
That's a good point to have because a lot of people's minds could be influenced on a free trip. I
Yeah.
put myself into that situation. Okay, we haven't gone all that stuff, but I'm looking at it like I wouldn't even go if it was for free. And I will explain throughout the show. I will explain through all these things. I'm not mad at it because I think it might have a place in the world, but it's just not for me. It really isn't for me, even if it was free, honestly. Let's talk about we mentioned $2,000 to $3,000 a person, depending on your group size, right? This is
I think it's a little lower than that, depending on your group size. I think the price can get up to like $5 or
Okay.
$6 grand total.
yeah, I think-
Depending if you have 5 people in there, what's that, 1,200 a person?
yeah.
But
That's about right. So, and it's a 2-day stay. You have 2 like full days of events, food, drinks, entertainment, a lore story, a canon lore story too. Which I didn't know that everything that's taken place is taken in place in between.
Line dancing.
Yeah, see that.
Oh, sorry.
I'm done. I'm
Go
done.
go back. It takes place between. Sorry, I didn't mean to throw.
No. That is one of like I'm like, oh my god, this is like $2 grand for this. Line dancing in Star Wars. It's great. That's great. This is where Darth Moocher flips the script on Disney. I really think so.
Yeah.
But okay,
So-
before I get ahead of myself on this, I do want to let's go. Ernie, you're a Disney freak. We know this. You go to Disneyland all the time. You're not in Disney World per se. This is a Florida Disney thing. I don't really expect it here on Batu West. But
Ernie has been and probably
Yeah.
will go again to Walt Disney World, I would assume.
yeah,
I am
know,
I am going in 3 weeks. I will
Yes,
be there in
us-
3
yeah.
weeks. So
Yeah, it's definitely nothing that looks exciting either. I've also done Disney cruises and like that,
Uh-huh.
and immediately from hearing a word of the cruise ships, your room are larger than these rooms, is really depressing. I mean, I get they're going for the whole you're on a ship, but at
Yeah.
that type of money, you can go and take a 2-week cruise.
Yeah. It
And
was a small
enjoy
carnival room.
the
You're
crap
right.
out of it instead of 2 days. And they're trying to really dress it up, which is what gets me. Like, if you
Yeah.
want to make it a world and everything, then have like a grand cabin. Oh, I'm staying in the captain's quarters. There's your
Right.
higher pay to get room. But
Mm.
instead, everybody's shoved in this queen bed, 2 bunk beds, small area because you're on a ship. Being out
Oh,
there.
and there's also a pull-out bed, I believe, too. So it
Yeah, for your
uncomfortably
friend who
seats
pulls the
5.
the
the shortest straw. Yeah.
and gets a fold down of maybe half a twin
Oh my
that you just lay there and don't move. If you're going to
Yeah.
do the 5 up to 5,
Yeah.
which really
The-
sucks.
The 5 of
I-
us go together. Who's sitting
Yeah.
on that and who's in the 2 bunks, right?
No,
I mean,
see, well, already you have top bunk. Marco has middle. Scott has the one, and me and Joey get the bed.
Yeah.
'Cause we ain't fitting anywhere else.
I'm not fitting in a bunk, Chief.
Those aren't
Right.
pillows.
Hey, no spooning.
Right.
Those aren't
I'll
pillows.
just,
no,
I'll just sleep
we're-
in the shower.
We're gonna spoon hard. Yeah, we are. We have to stay warm. It's cold in space.
Right.
It
It's
is
very
right.
cold in
Florida.
space. I mean,
I
Florida
just-
space.
My personal opinion going on with this is I don't think it's gonna last.
hmm.
Yeah.
I really
You
don't.
really? I mean,
Unfortunately. I don't.
do you
Yeah.
think? Do
No.
you think? Okay.
The theme's gonna be gone quick.
Yeah.
The
There is a
immersion will be, yeah.
Mhm.
yeah, there is a sentiment of a one and done kind of feel to this thing. Like this is like if anybody goes, a family goes, or even individuals, this is
you're-
something they experience and probably will never go again because the price is just outrageous. It might be
You're
out
in
of
a
the
reoccurring story as well.
and and it's the same thing. So this,
Yeah.
you're right, Ernie. This could be like I said, a one and done. And once it
Mhm.
runs its course, how is Disney going to convert this to something else, to or what? Or
Yeah.
it's a weird.
Or
it's a-
just make it a hotel with none of the extra stuff and just make
Yeah.
it $250
And
a night, 300
You know
bucks a
what
night
sucks,
and-
Chris, is going on a Disney platform. Not only Disney, but everything. You get that already. I get this weekend for the influencers and like what you're
Mm.
gonna get,
Mm.
and you know that it's already gonna be pulled away. What were we promised in Batu already?
yeah,
droids and aliens and
right.
You
Oh,
walking
dude.
around with your own scanner.
Hey,
we
you
don't
get
that.
four. You get four of them here.
4
Right.
aliens.
And
Four
that's it.
aliens
But
and one
we
droid.
don't get more. Like, and how long has that lasted?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? We have now different appearances because of COVID. It actually
Yeah.
seems actually better on our part because now they do little routines of walking here and there and they
Yeah.
post up at that. But we
Mm.
were told droids, Chewbacca and Rey
Mhm.
walking around. Who
Well,
else?
they even had an
The
animatronic
Rebels-
ride that
There would be
on one
cantina
side.
aliens in the
Yes.
cantina, I thought. That
Cor-
kind of stuff was
correct.
supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And none of that did. So I already see this fading quick. Like somebody
Yeah.
in 2 months being like, well, I didn't see so and so. Or
Yeah.
the droid was broken, just sat in the corner. Nobody was operating it. Like,
Yep.
I
Dude,
really
yeah.
do,
If
unfortunately.
you can't bring out your big guns for your big media event that you're doing to give these influencers cameras to come in and check your shit out to show everybody else this is worth it,
Yeah.
if that's all you got,
Yeah.
is you threw out your 4 weak ass aliens, the
Yeah.
Rhodian looks good, that's fine,
Yes.
right? But everything else is weak as hell, right?
Yeah.
It just people want paint.
Rodian
it.
Twi'lek,
Well, the
the
Twi'lek.
awful
The Twi'lek looks pretty good.
captain of the
Twi'leks
ship.
are like
Awful.
humans though with tails, head tails, right? With Lekers.
Right.
That's
some
more
it.
than we've
pictures that
got
I
it, but
saw
two.
on some of the pictures I saw though, I saw where it was like puffed out, like not together. Because like I studied it hard to try and give it the benefit of the doubt because it is Disney. But here is where
Right.
Disney and Star Wars separate everything. It really does.
Does this seem
Star
like Disney
Wars
in the
is its
90s?
own
Remember
entity.
Disney in
Yeah.
the 90s was very
Trying to mimic it. Like
yeah,
if they were trying to pull Lucas in at this point. You're absolutely right.
cheaper version of Disney Imagineering and Disney itself.
That's
like,
weird. So who was in charge
Yeah.
of it, Ernie? Was it? Do you know it was Imagine? I would imagine it was Imagineering, not
Yeah.
Lucasfilm, right?
They
Yeah.
do, but see, we're also at a bad time right now because everybody's fighting with Chapek. They want him gone of his decisions that he's been doing and like that. He was pushing Imagineers. He wants them to go live on this island far away by themselves and away from everybody. And that really sucks, man. Like,
yeah.
What?
why?
That's
Yeah.
like the opposite
So
of which
if
one
we were Imagineers
Imagineer
and
would do.
okay, you guys were East Coast and me and Joe were LA, right? Now they want to move our family to this area that's like an island-based area that they're out of the way by themselves to work together. It's really ridiculous.
I like my coworkers, but there was no way in hell that I would want to
Yeah.
live on an island with my coworkers.
Yeah,
No,
it's
thank you.
really bad. And I say an island because it had like a lake, but it was really far out there.
Yeah.
It's
To
it's
are you
kinda
saying
bad,
to come
so-
up with this concept? Is that what like they
no.
They had a
I'm
retreat
saying
or-
it on what's hard is that who's in charge right now is getting a lot of flack. Is getting a lot against him, not making the right decisions. It really isn't keeping it the Disney way.
Yeah.
And so seeing how this turned out, you're right. It's early. We
Yeah.
can do Star Wars, can't we, Lucas? Look at this. That's what
Yeah.
it feels like because the colors
yeah.
are off.
right.
They
to be
didn't change
fair,
any of the stuff that
this
we
all
said.
was planned
And I
before
have-
JPEG, but
Now, can we see some pictures,
It
Marco? I
was,
know you
but
got
it
some,
wasn't. It didn't come
Yeah.
together after.
right.
I'm sure they
Um,
wanted to do the big hoopla and it didn't go through.
Yeah.
Because he's the one who said stop making smaller portions. They're
Right.
fat already.
Right.
So-
does this
Oh,
look Star
Jesus.
Wars to you guys? Like honestly.
Well, here's the thing. The Star Wars we know, not really.
Right.
You talk about the Tana V4, you're closer.
Yeah.
Right. So when you
Mhm.
start going that route, thinking Tana V4, thinking the Falcon when Lando had it, thinking that kind of stuff. Yeah, it can fit in Star Wars. It's just not the gritty Star Wars we are used to.
Even
Yeah.
Crimson
This
Dawn's
room looks better.
yacht.
Yeah.
Crimson Dawn's yacht. It kind
Crimson
of looks
Dawn's
like,
yacht
too.
and Canto
Yeah,
Bight.
yeah.
Very Canto Bight
But
feel.
okay, so to that point, guess what we just said? All the things we just said, besides Tana V4,
Right.
were Disney creations.
Correct. Right.
So
Yeah.
that's kind of the trick here.
See, now
Yeah.
that looks good, but we should have more than that. You shouldn't have just one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I
let
agree.
me.
And I think the problem with this bar, and I like the bar look, but and I know you guys see it too, right? It's like next generation's bar, right? Like Star Trek.
Yeah, it does kind
Yes.
of look like 10 forward.
100%.
Yeah.
All of it
I'm
to me
waiting
has
for
a
Whoopi
very
Goldberg to
Star
pop
Trek.
in.
Yes. All of it has a Star Trek feel.
Yeah,
it
it
does.
does.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, we've talked about this in our chat and stuff about not having a Star Wars feel. Now, again, generational thing, us as the ones who grew up with it from whatever when we always sat as kids to adults and Disney had Star Tours, right? And we always had, and they had Star Wars celebrations. We talked a lot about immersion. We talked about like I want to go in there. I want to see AT-ATs. I want to see stormtroopers. I want to see animatronic droids. I want to be in Star Wars.
All the stuff we have in Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah, and I
that's
understand
the
this
correct
is
answer.
this is a new look and it's something brand new. Okay, and I'm actually for brand new. Like Batuu, I actually like Batuu when it was originally it was supposed to be Tatooine, but we got Batuu. I think it's better on Batuu because it's a completely brand new immersion thing, right? If we just had the same Tatooine, would we have this fatigue going on? I know you have to be familiar, but this. Like I said, my first instinct. I've watched videos. I've watched a lot of people's first reactions to it, and and everything. So we've gotten besides the actual like events that they have in there because a lot of people didn't put those out. I'm watching. I'm reading these people's reviews. I'm watching these videos, and I'm just going like, Dan, it just looks not. It just doesn't look like something that I want to step into.
No,
I mean,
here's the
really,
thing. Again, when you're in a place with let's call it 500 people.
Sure.
And only 4 of them are in costume with you. It's
That's
not
a
immersion. So part of it is them. And part of it is if I go on a 2-day trip and I'm paying $5,000 for immersion, I'm going in a fucking Jedi robe. There's my one. Sorry.
Yeah.
But I'm dressing up too. And that's part of it. If you're in Bermuda shorts and a tank top and you're not chilling in an outfit like this, it's partially your fault for the immersion because you want to be part of it too because you're taking everybody else out of it. When you see the line dance there, when you see the line dance, if you have that cloak on and Leia's robe and one of these jumpsuits on, guess what? All of a sudden, it looks like some kind of space dance, and it's okay.
Yeah.
And the dancing, I get the dancing because it loosens everybody up on a trip. You're all stuck in here together for 2 days, right? Let's get to know each other. I get that.
Right. Just real point, and I don't mean to interrupt you, Scott, but on that aspect right there, the clothes that I just put on there, and this is what the major thing. Okay, they offer those. You could buy clothes. You can walk around. You can RP. You can do all these things. I saw 99% of the people in those videos of the first looks all wearing Bermuda shorts, flip flops, T-shirts,
Star Wars
and
t-shirts.
that takes me right the hell out of it. I'm like this. I've got to sit next to this dude on his cell phone. The wife of this rolling her eyes because you want to, fight with lightsabers. It's not something. It's just not an immersion playground. Sorry, Scott. Yeah. Right.
Yep.
So we've got people like Ashley Eckstein who's really hyping it up, and
of course,
good for her. But and Disney also put out a press release today that was kind of like, oh my God, what the hell just popped into our chat? So
let me read it.
Yeah, go for it. See if
We
you like that.
love you too.
That's a great point. Yeah, but
Fans all over.
can't talk about it here.
Wow.
I know.
Let's get rid of that.
They-
I know there's an F word there somewhere.
No, they just didn't like it. That's all.
So,
all
all right, back at it. So, Amy Radcliffe wrote a very excellent review of it that was, it pointed out the good, the bad, and the ugly of it all. And I really respected that. She got the free pass to go in there and she pretty much told it like it was, and I really appreciated that.
Disney's, and I think she was being nice, Scott. To be honest, I think you could tell she was being politically correct in her answers.
You could, yeah. But at the same time, she was, telling it like it was. It's like, you're paying this much amount of money and this is what you get for it. And she did run it through, the breakdown of how it works. One day in space, travel to Batuu, you're shuttled off the ship onto Batuu, shuttled back on after your day in Batuu, and your final night is on the Starcruiser headed back home.
Right.
So it's broken down. It's not 2 nights straight. It's one night, one day in Batuu, a second night back home. But she even said that there's so much going on, though, because they know they need to keep everybody active.
I did read that too. Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't, I get very claustrophobic. If I know I can't leave a place, I start freaking out.
Well,
if I can't see, I'm weird like that.
Right.
But so I'm glad they break it up that way. But another way to break it all also is to keep everybody freaking occupied.
Yeah.
They've got the shows and the lightsaber trainings and the gun stations, all this stuff to keep you occupied.
Yeah.
And she said there's too much to do.
There's stuff, but I find it like
it all.
Carnival stuff, some of it, or cheaper than Carnival stuff. It's not even, the lightsaber training. I've seen the videos. It's not. Right. That's not anything. It's like going up with Darth Vader, right? Like outside of Star Tours.
Yeah. So now to counter Moocher and what he is saying, if I would go if the price was right. If the price was right, I would go to experience it and to see what it's all about. It's I know it doesn't look Star Wars, but I mean I don't want to say their heart's in the right place. Their heart's in the right place because their heart's in your checkbook. That's where their heart's at. But I want to experience this thing, and I know that at this price, I will never be able to experience that thing.
Look, can I explain a couple things? Again, like, on paper, I think this is something that's that can work in the Star Wars community, in Disneyland community. Let's not even say Star Wars, Disneyland, vacation goers and stuff. But I got to say something, as nerdy as I am, guys, and you know this, and I say Ren Fair and I play D&D, all that stuff. As nerdy as I am, I'm sitting there and I'm building a lightsaber with an actor that's sitting right there and a couple other people, maybe strangers, maybe. I'm not going to get into character around this person and you guys and this stuff, knowing that it's like, it's like you're Yoda's coming. Let's go. I'm not gonna do, like, I am that fan. You're not
that relaxed in that.
I'm not that relaxed. The line dancing, I'm not gonna do. The whole crowd participation in one of those on the dinners, the Twi'lek woman, she comes and sings and there's crowd participation. I run away from those things. Like, I don't even like it at Disneyland when they have everybody clap. I don't do that. I get very uncomfortable.
The wave at a baseball game, man, he freaks out.
Yeah, I'm comfortable at Comic-Con. Like, I'm comfortable at Comic-Con when there's 100,000 of me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not comfortable with this kind of setting. And that's why, I don't care if it was free. I just don't want to, I feel funny, like walking around and all of a sudden, like, Kylo Ren comes into your room and says, we got to have escape plans. And I'm going to run out there and it's just, it's cheesy. It's uncomfortable. I don't want that. Like, for me, just leave me alone. Right. That's just me. Now for kids, families, I get that. I think that would be awesome. Like I said, I think it's needed, or it works. No, Mooch, I am not around furries. I don't do that either. So, thanks, Cliff. But it makes me, when I see these kind of things and I see that, it makes me uncomfortable, and that's why I'm like, I'm not even gonna do it. It's not my cup of tea. But again, that's me personally. I did see a lot of the story stuff, which is cool, and the cool thing is that they give you an iPhone at the door. It's a
data pad.
Or yes, okay.
Stay
data
immersed.
pad.
What is wrong with you?
They give you one there to interact and download and do all these things. I like that aspect of it, like that kind of like a game, But
Bravo asks, what's their costume policy for adults? Same as Disney. Adults can't wear buckets. Correct. No, I thought it was.
I don't know. Ernie, can you wear buckets?
Dressed up.
No.
But
no, you can take it with you. You can take it with you and have a photo real quick, but they do ask you to take it off.
While you're
they're even going to say the same thing for Star Wars Nights. If you're going to walk in with it, you're going to hold it.
Yeah.
They have been letting some people through lately at both Batu East and West for picture wise, but then they're all over them right away. And happy birthday!
Because they're the only thing
to
going on.
Bravo as well too.
Yeah.
Oh, happy birthday!
Hey,
So
that's right.
Happy birthday,
here's the
man.
thing about it too of going and going on vacations on why saying I'm not even interested in doing it is that big price point, and it really sucks that they're after that price point.
Yeah.
And another thing is that they're after new Star Wars. I get the politics in it as far as they can't revisit this or they can't do anything. So there's a 7, 8, and 9, and this is what we're doing. I do get that, but at least then play it. It's just doing so many vacations and entertainment stuff like this. I saw it wrong off the bat. This should have been a cruise ship type thing and a whole deck. You could have done a whole deck on even you just built that new ship, made it Star Wars, and you have to go in with a Jedi robe. Sorry, everybody in here is dressed up, so it doesn't take away, and that's your choice. Then, okay, let's go check this out. And
like they give
it
you
pulls
the
you
they
in.
give you the wares to go
with that
in.
much money, they can give you a cheap Jedi robe, not even the legit one.
Correct.
Turn
right?
it in at the end.
Yeah,
Just like
and that was my
right?
next comment on the clothes. There is some clothes that you can't even buy unless you've spent a certain amount of money.
You have to unlock it.
You're already, there's one of these. I think it's the gray one. If you've shown that you've spent over 6,000 there, then you're able to purchase it.
Wow.
I hate Disney.
Wait,
right now,
what?
bro. That's gross. That made me sick.
You have to because it's like a ranking. See how it
so
has
you're buying it.
on it.
You're buying a skin basically in a video game.
Yeah,
exactly.
NFTs
Again,
in real life
into what it is now, which sucks, is because I saw only a couple people, like Scott saying. Imagine him taking his stuff and sharing with everybody, or like us. Like imagine if we all went. He's like, who wants to wear this, right? And we show up and everybody's looking at us, and because we're not wearing what they have chose for us. See that kind of sucks too. Yeah. And when you put a price point on stuff, it really separates everybody, and that's horrible. You have droids that you can only buy there in the Saber. And then here's where you take a look at who you sent out there to do it, because immediately the Sabers were on eBay, on different sites for sale.
$1,200. $1,200.
Correct. But
All
you
of
gave
them right
these
there.
people a free trip and this and that, and they've turned around and profit on it.
Of course.
Now I'll tell you this. I have no problem if somebody who paid to get in there does that to recoup the money. We've talked about that. I think that's great. I think an influencer getting sent there for free, Jack and messing with somebody for that. Because I had asked Scott before, we're not going to pay. None of us are going to pay $6,000 to go to this damn thing, right?
No.
But Scott's a Saber collector. I'm like, hey, dude, they're going to be selling them on eBay once this thing opens up. Would you pay 100 or so more, or maybe even double for it because it's an exclusive and you can't? He said no already, right?
Right.
And that's like double or 100 more. I'm thinking then these jackasses come out with like $1,299 and $1,500 up yours. That's horrible. What a bunch of jackholes.
Yeah,
it really sucks that Disney has said it that way, and then that they didn't even go after these people, because it's been free for that week and it was immediately up.
They got lawyers doing
So
nothing, right? So you would think they would stick them on them.
Right. You got one shutting down people who do ears or who have shirts out there who, they're doing that, and this like really sucks. Which, speaking of, is then they had like an exclusive Saber that showed up at the same time at West out here, and I was there that night for the Temple Guard lightsabers.
Yeah,
and the lines were ridiculous. You literally had 80% walk by and go, "What is this?" And they said it's something exclusive, and they jumped in line.
Yeah, right.
They didn't even know what it was for, and they didn't care. You had everybody walking around with their two.
Well,
and like
can I ask you guys
and
something though? Let me ask you something on this kind of procedure. There's obviously there's a market for it because people are going to buy it, right? Like we always said, scalpers are going to scalp and people are going to buy from scalpers.
Most people that are buying them don't understand what just happened either, mind you.
True.
So they just, a new lightsaber, I can't get it.
Well,
anywhere else.
like I always say, like, okay, because my whole thing is like, look, this is just not for me. But then in my question in my head going like, it should just even be a thing, like what Ernie was saying. Maybe it could be a something that they had to go all in because of the contract. Well, they started this thing, back in when they bought the IP. I think they said the plans of Batu and this thing and this whole like Cliff says, their Disney sequels. And they're still trying to double down on the marketing on that, right? Which is, to us, it kind of turns our kind of generation off on that a little bit. We want to see Darth Vader, we want to see Stormtroopers, because you know,
They're done with our
I got to say
generation,
something
dude.
about Disney. You know, Star Wars is not glamorous. The movies were never glamorous. This is putting the real world into Star Wars. I get it, the cruise ship, Canto Bight kind of thing, you know. But there's no, I mean, Star Wars is dangerous. It's violent. It's, you know what I mean? It's just, yeah, Scott.
Just bravo here. They won't go after them for reselling. They have in the past. They have absolutely gone after people for reselling exclusive merchandise, revoked annual passes.
Oh yes,
they
yes,
have.
Yes, they have.
They have terminated employees. I mean, they will
maybe
go
we'll wait
after
and
you
see,
for
right?
that.
Yeah, maybe wait and see on this aspect of it. But I always saying it's like just because you know I it's one of those devil's advocate. Just because we're against it doesn't mean there's a market for it. And you know, I'm not saying that can't be stopped, but
I just think it's sleazy for the people that went there for free.
Oh, I 100% agree.
You know what? What you should do is
it does feel that way.
Yeah, make $100 or so. I think that's always fair. I always say on a resale, if you can't get something like a exclusive figure or a pop or something, right?
Yeah.
Double plus shipping is probably the most fair I'd be, right? And that's what I'd be on the Saber. If it's a $300 Saber or $200, double plus shipping. I'm okay with that.
What I always do is actually put it out there for the price I paid for it as an opening bid plus shipping.
If it goes
whatever
up, it goes
happens, happens. And in that case, you know, nobody can come at me saying that I'm some kind of scalper.
Yeah.
If somebody decided they wanted to bid it up and pay that much.
The market dictates it. You don't, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly that's what the trip is. But
yeah,
I guess
what I do.
Yeah, and you know, like the Disney this new era of Disney nickel and diming Disney. Like they came out today that said that I know Ernie's seen this too, and probably Scott. They're not going to change the reservation system. Like this is they're like, no, what we've done is some sealed in cement at this point. We're not going to re-back. That's why I think like they push forward with this kind of concept of a Star Cruiser, and they're booked up until, but only April, right? No, only till April. And I think
that's everybody that has the money for it.
Yeah, and that's only 2 months, a month and a half, because they still have cabins available in April.
So I'm with Ernie on this won't last. So Ernie, do you think they'll just turn it to a regular, like just leave it like it is,
like Grand Hotel, like we have over here?
$500 a night.
So.
None of these excursion things.
What sucks about some of the stuff at Disney World is they just close it. They close it and leave it and move it on to the next, and it's abandoned. They have a lot of abandoned areas over there. Disney World is huge. It's called the Disney Bubble. And when you're in it, there is like 35 to 40 different resorts that you stay at, from Pop Art to Pop Century to cabins to, do you want a horse wood experience? You're going to be in a cabin off by your own. Do you want glitzy and glam? Then you're going to be over here at the Poly. Do you want, they have everything. So honestly, to them, this would be a fail. Somebody's going to get in trouble, and you're going to see that big gray building just sitting there.
I think what they'll end up doing is they'd end up include like what they do at Disneyland, and that is, you know, that you've got the Southern California tiers, you've got the different tiers for if you live here, if you buy multiple days, you get different discounts, you get different pricing. I could see them actually doing some kind of a tiered system for pricing, if not just outright dropping the price if it starts to fail. I mean, they're obviously catering to the 1% out there that can afford to go. Never mind your upper middle class, your middle class. You're not advertising this to them, and everybody loves Star Wars.
Well,
so it does not make sense or behoove them to actually keep this at that rate all the time and not open it up for other people.
We don't think. Now there are people out there that will save all year and make this their yearly trip to go do this, right?
No, just that they'll get in debt for it.
Yeah,
Disney offers a credit card and financing plans. They won't just make $6,000. They'll make $10,000 on you over the 5 years. Yeah,
because it's their own credit.
It doesn't even include airfare. You got to buy airfare to fly out there.
Already, Disney's already an expensive trip to do anywhere, even if you're here, if you're in the West and stuff. And I think Disney's like, hey, this is just another tier, like Scott said, just another tier of experience.
Are we being old curmudgeons? Is this aimed at the young people?
Part of it,
yeah. Like I said, new Star Wars. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to call it that, but that's just the way to put it. That's kind of the best explanation.
I'm 100% admitting that. Like I'm 100% admitting like this is not something like I said, even if it was free, I probably would not spend the airfare to go and experience this, because it's just not something that I want to do 2 days with. It's not. It's nothing in it appeals me. Nothing.
Correct.
So but the
And that's
food,
for us,
'cause
and
I
that's
eat.
what we're
I like to
saying.
eat.
We're reading off of everybody's stuff. We're taking the
Yeah.
looks, and this is our opinion based off that. And that
Correct,
really
correct.
sucks because I feel like they should have had some type of crew go out there and get that opinion. Hey, Darth Moocher, can your crew look at these pictures?
Yeah,
Just tell
man.
us your first thing of what you
Seriously.
think.
Yeah,
So it sucks
because
because this is for like new Star Wars people, and you
Yeah.
are going to get people who are going to spend it and go or do everything they can that they go.
yeah,
But
And let's reiterate to our audience also, we're not Disney haters. We
no,
don't.
no, no.
No,
I
no,
like
I
Disneyland.
We
Yeah, yeah.
love Disneyland.
Everybody
what I
here
was gonna
but me has
say.
a damn pass.
yeah.
I've had a pass since 1997.
Yeah.
That was one of the first things my wife and I did after we got married was I bought a Disney pass, and we have been
Yeah.
ongoing.
I'm
So,
going Monday.
Yeah.
Oh,
with that, it sucks because I see how it could have worked, and I can't believe they didn't do it. So you're out
Yeah.
there in Florida, you want them to have this experience, being on a cruise and everything. When you go on a cruise or anything like that, you have a group of like 5 who cater to you and a section of people.
mhm,
That would have
mhm.
been amazing because they, even on a weekend cruise, they still get to know you. They know what you
Yeah.
like, what you think,
Yeah.
and that's your 5. They should have did this in that area. These
Yeah.
six cabins are now Scott's, right? And he's going to
Yeah.
take care of that, and he has other people.
100%.
You get your
That's-
show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
that's one of the complaints that Amy Radcliffe did have was that there's experiences with these aliens and they don't remember you. They
No.
don't recognize
Correct.
you. They're
See, and
just
that's what
moving
I'm
on to the
saying.
next person. So
You should have had your
Yeah,
own.
that
You should have had in
sucks.
little groups that could have moved around and done this stuff.
Yeah.
Number 2, you're in Florida and you're supposed to take this special secret transport to Batu.
Right.
Another thing that would have enticed people is if you closed Batu at 8 p.m. all the time and had a nighttime exclusive with robes on, with whatever you want to dress on. You don't have to have a Jedi robe
Yeah.
or anything. You're in Batu gear. That
Yeah.
again, you can get and dress in, and so is everybody else. And you had Batu from 8 to midnight for you and your crew
Yeah.
to explore or do another story. Sold.
That's one of
Like,
the things I
why-
was just saying. Like, I
Why
don't
couldn't
right,
like
you do
dude.
that?
That's it.
if I'm
That's
going
it.
here and say I spend the $6,000 and I buy the robes and and all of a sudden, like I said, Bermuda flip flops around me and they're on their phones, eyes rolling, kids crying.
Mhm.
I'm like, oh my god, like
Yeah.
I got to get out of here. You know what I mean? I if everybody was doing it, I'd be more inclined to be like, I'm getting a robe, I got my lightsaber, let's do this. Yeah. So
Correct.
now
Scott.
you do whenever you arrive on Batu from the Halcyon transport. Whenever you do arrive there, you get a special button that says you are from the Halcyon, which gets you a free meal at the docking bay. You get
right.
I think it was like exclusive access to like Oga's Cantina. Nothing free in Oga's
Right.
Cantina.
correct. Just get
You
to go.
also you get to continue the story, and I guess there's some story bits that happen on the Star Cruiser.
Yeah.
That if the cast sees you with that button, that story continues.
And there is a lot, and
And
I did hear about that. There's a lot of story
yeah.
going on. Yeah.
And the price does include it includes all your meals on the ship except for adult beverages. You do not get adult beverages. It includes access to Batu and the Hollywood studio at Disneyland or Disney World. And yeah, that's about it. And it gives you exclusive access to buy super expensive shit.
Yeah.
Also, they have 2 gift shops,
So-
one inside and one when you leave.
Yeah. So with that too, being said of you could have closed it. We've seen them usher out for special events. You make this a special event. Imagine knowing
Yeah.
that of okay, Batu closes at 7 in Florida because they usher everybody out because then the people who are staying get 8 to 12 and their own story. Here's my other thing of where it's not going to last. I just went last weekend and I tested it out. Bright Suns. I didn't get
Nothing.
anybody answer me back.
They say something.
It wasn't like
different
that at the
there, huh?
beginning.
The workers are already out of it at Batu. There's a
Wow.
couple.
I
There's
did not experience that because
Oh,
I
go
went
ahead.
just a couple
See,
weeks ago and it
it's
was the
gotten-
same.
it's gotten a lot busier. No, even the
Hmm.
ones who were playing Sabak were workers bullshitting and talking it up amongst themselves. I didn't like that
Hmm.
because I
Yeah.
stood there and asked, "What are you guys doing?" And they kind of looked and they
Uh-huh.
said, "Oh, it's a card game. You can get it over there."
Wow. Yeah. Not like when we went
And
the
so
first
it's
time,
not
they were like, "Let
everybody
me show
correct.
you." You know,
Right.
It's like,
So
See,
again,
now,
it's not
we went a
everybody.
couple- Yeah, we
still
went a
in
couple
Batu.
weeks ago. We went a couple weeks ago and it was still good immersion. It was still Bright Suns and
Mhm.
what is it? What is the Rising
Decent-
Moons or something like that?
Decent immersion. Even when I was
Yeah.
there the 2 times, right? It's decent. You catch
Correct.
1 in 3 people that are pretty good at it.
yeah.
you know?
Like Mando Mike
Yeah.
says, you're the extra in Star Wars land would be.
That's
a
how it
direct
should be.
teleport.
That's how I
Absolutely.
always thought Batu was going to be.
You're supposed
right?
to be.
Right, and then the Halcyon. Amen. I thought it was. Now here's my idea for it. And this is what it combines the Batu idea we've been talking about since it started. They need to make people go back. Is you've got to change the eras. This Halcyon's been around since the High Republic. Okay, Batu is obviously a planet, and it's been around forever. Okay, it's been in all the books, and it's been from the Clone Wars era up through the new sequels. Okay, change it up per season. All you gotta do is a couple decorations, couple different aliens, couple, throw some more dirt in the ground.
Drop a different flag.
Not that hard. If they could do it for Christmas and Halloween, they could do it for Star
If you
Wars.
can change the Haunted Mansion up completely, you can change Batu pretty easily. Just do that. That keeps everybody, going.
You'll get
back
us going more.
They've got the costumes. They've got the original Stormtrooper costumes. They've got Boba Fett. They've got. Chewie can count in all of them.
Yes.
It's easy. R2 or
you can have somebody walk as Leia. You're taking away Kylo's ship. That's all aesthetic. So overnight, like we said, you redo the whole Haunted Mansion. You could put a TIE fighter there.
Yep,
it's
the
same exact size. Change the ship. I would change the ship. I would, but I don't think you have to.
Right.
You throw the wings. You cover it. You cover it with wings, our TIE fighter wings, and you put your to switch it to the hull of a TIE fighter. And you can have that. You throw an Empire flag. It could all. You could even
change the radar dish on the Falcon.
Yes.
Right. But you could.
See how great would that be?
But you could.
That's so smart, right?
And I'm sorry, there's only a few things. The only thing that you would look at is in Rise is changing the stormtroopers' helmets. Maybe come up with a way that if you're looking at it, and you're just walking by, and you know that the body's almost the same. It may not be the same gear, but it almost is. And you're just getting rushed into the next one. The concept of Rise of Resistance
works for Galactic Empire. It really does, because you could just change
Those are
out
screens.
That the Galactic Empire kidnapped you as part of the Rebel Alliance instead of the Resistance. Just take Finn out of it or change it, right? But there's ways like this: is shut it down for a month, redo it like they do Haunted Mansion. Then you got a 1 month
Black Spire
celebration.
is Mos Espa.
Easy. Do it for the month of May, Star Wars month. And that is your summer event.
Yeah. Honestly, I would leave Rise of the Resistance as is. I know
you can. You can. But I'm saying there's a way.
You would have to. There's so much to change, because it is every aspect of that is First Order versus versus Resistance. You would have to It's like whenever they shut down the Haunted Mansion, they just change a couple characters, throw a few Santa hats on, and redress the end. Correct. And that's it. But this thing would have to change from beginning to end. The whole thing would have
I think that's okay, making it separate, not part of the immersion. That's a ride. I'm fine with that, right?
That section is the Resistance section. The rest of it can be the Rebellion era. You could even break it down into like Disneyland does with what is it? The Fantasyland, Tomorrowland. You could have Resistance era here, you could have prequel era here, you could have original trilogy there.
Why focus on one point of the fandom to make your money when we're still alive? I'm still alive for another at least probably 18 years or so, right? So maybe. But that's
you guys need to eat better.
No.
Okay.
Oh, now you tell me.
Now it's a little late. I'm around for a long time. Stop ignoring what we want, right? And I get when I'm on Twitter a lot more lately, right? And when I'm about to start asking people questions, I'm like, you know what? Let me look at the profile real fast. And all of a sudden I'll see the age 19, age 24, age 25. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to argue with these people. We have a whole different perspective, and there's no point.
If you want proof of that,
because all it does is make me the villain, right? You never get back on anything like that. I'll get canceled immediately. I did ask one of them, because the person put 7 top Force users, and I recognize them all because I read, right? 3 are from High Republic, 2 are from Thrawn, 1 from the movies, and 1 from the cartoons, all Disney era. And I said, hey, I just curiosity, what was your first exposure to Star Wars? I said, I can see that you have books in there and cartoons. And so I was wondering, was it movies? Was it film? What was it? Never answered. I said something about their books. They thanked me, but they wouldn't answer that. I'm like, I'm just, I feel like I don't feel like I'm gatekeeping asking that or something like that, but they're doing it to us a lot. Sure. Like all of a sudden everybody's saying, oh, these old fans are going to hate this. These old fans.
It's so funny that they say something like that, but look at the behind every single one of us. I don't see, we spend money.
Yeah.
We spend a lot of money on this stuff. The kids, we spend money on our kids, but they don't have Star Wars rooms. Some of the 20-year-olds or 30-year-olds that we know, like in the podcasting world, they do, but majority do not. Majority of the 45 or 40 to 50-year-olds, they all have Star Wars rooms, or a majority. They have toys. They buy toys. They buy stuff.
Yeah.
We're the ones that are buying stuff. So, and like I said, I like a refreshing land like Batu. Which I don't like is that static. We are only in the sequel era. Like I said, I think there's room to change it. I don't think it's out the realm of possibilities. I just think Disney put $4.1 billion to get the IP, and they put that money out, and they didn't get enough. Like Cliff and I have this discussion a lot. They didn't make enough of their return to really put it back into the circulation. So what they're doing now is they're in a consolidation mode, regrouping mode, nickel and dime mode, exclusive. Let's put out a little bit in like supply and demand, like, and really double down on. I've always said double down on your sequels, but movie wise, like Disney Plus and stuff like that, make them better. But when it comes to merchandising and stuff, I had to, really take a look at it and go like, you know what? I don't see a lot of newer kids even clamoring for Star Wars toys, but we're buying them in droves.
They like the books. They like the story. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You want to make everybody happy? Put it in the Mandalorian. Just do Mandalorian.
There you go.
It
Done.
will open it up for everybody. You don't
it's
have
in a great
to change
time frame.
It's right
New characters.
There.
Yeah.
Yep.
Animatronic Grogu in a cradle, right?
Oh my
Walking around with
goodness, come
man.
on.
It's not hard. It's super easy.
And
there was one
we've
this weekend. They have a new animatronic that you can buy. It's a remote control. So they had it walking around, and the crowd was huge. There's your answer.
Yeah.
Well,
look at that. Grogu
you've
you got on your shoulder, like for a long time.
You've got original trilogy over in Tomorrowland with what's it called? Star Tours. Jesus, it's not like it's been there for 30, almost 40 years. You've also got the Star Trader there, which is loaded up.
Yeah.
But they've closed the launch bay and they haven't redone Hyperspace Mountain. So I think if they reopened that and redid Hyperspace Mountain, give the original trilogy fans something.
Cliff has a good point with this, with the whole thing, and we talked about this about it being, the Starcruiser one shot. Is he says the issue? He says that's the issue. They want people that drop the money all at once, not over time, which is why they will be left without a fan base once we all age out. I understand that because I've said it here. Star Wars might be a generational thing. It might die out with us. It might just become, hey, that was a cool movie to our grandkids, or even to our kids at a point too. I mean, they love it. Our kids love it. But
yeah, when I say something about the young generation, I mean that just depends on when they came in. If their parents didn't show them or whatever. But I mean, my kids get it. They prefer the prequels over the sequels.
Sure. Yeah.
So here we go. Papa Schmitty says this is the way with the Mandalorian. Geo the Hutt says they can even have Moff Gideon where Kylo's ship is in Batu.
Perfect.
I mean,
perfect.
Here you go. Everybody freaking loves the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And
it seems like everybody loves the Mandalorian, but then Disney gives us other things. It's like,
and there's so many characters going on right now because you're gonna have Boba Fett's obviously. Boba Fett and Mando walking around with Grogu. There's no. I mean, easy. If you're gonna have just 3 characters, I'm good.
Yeah.
Bravo says he doesn't understand why Launch Bay is closed. They're supposedly taking out Launch Bay and putting in a new ride of some sort or a new attraction where the Launch Bay is.
Bringing back what's that? America Sings kind of was it bringing that
Jesus.
back? I get you see these like I said, you see what Bob Chapek's doing over there at Disney. I think a lot of
Bob
stuff
Paycheck.
Bob Paycheck. And like I said, Arnie, I know he's fairly new, but he's not doing anything innovative. I feel like this is remember that if you guys watched on Disney Plus, the whole Imagineering story and what Disney went through in the 90s when it came to like California Adventure and then in between, I think it was in between Eisner and Iger, they had this guy from ESPN running it, and it was just about merchandising and money, and the innovation left.
Yeah.
And then I think it was Bob Iger who reinvigorated Imagineering and said, if you think this is easy, I want you to scrap it and make it impossible, because this is what Disney Imagineering does. It takes something that people go in there and go, oh my God, how did they do this? This is beyond technology I've seen. And that's what's lacking. And Star Wars is a huge opportunity for Imagineering to be like, here's a free realm to like really, really. I mean, look what they did just in the what we do have, like the Millennium Falcon, right, with Hondo being fluidless. It's just or fluid, it's there, and then it's like right. And we always said, you have Star Wars, it's got to be epic. Don't give us like, oh, they might like this, let's give it to them. Oh, this could work. This is really going to work.
And
Watch
that's what the
nuts.
pictures of the Starcruiser look like.
Yeah.
Like
I don't like that mentality, but yeah.
We haven't heard from Joey. He's been down in the corner silent.
I think he made reservations to to I'm not sure.
I raised my hand a couple of times. I was just, go ahead, take it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like you said it earlier, Scott, I don't think they're marketing to us. They're marketing to the elite, to the rich, and we all know we're never going to be able to afford this.
Well, they're
some of us won't. I know
they're
I
marketing
won't.
to the people who are, like I said, it might not be just the rich, honestly, because I don't think the rich want to bother with this. I think it's going to be the ones that are willing to be indebted to Disney to go.
It's not really even that. I don't even think they're marketing to hardcore Star Wars fans. They're more marketing
100%
casual fans that don't know any better.
Yeah, hey, I like that one with Kirk and Spock. This ship looks just like it. Let's go watch that one. Let's go stay there.
I mean, Joey has.
I would be like Marco too. I wouldn't have the same experience with a bunch of people with flip flops and trunks.
I saw those reviews and stuff, and I go and the first thing that I zoned in on, it wasn't the roadie in the corner. It was that dude on a cell phone in a Bermuda short and flip flops. And I go, I'm done. I cannot. I won't. I refuse. So, I don't even care if they invited me.
That's what we need, a GoFundMe for the Sarlacc Digest. Get the Sarlacc Digest to
I will be 100% honest. If we step foot in there and be honest with them. Like
we can go. We just need to buy a couple of lightsabers while we're there. We can pay for the trip. We can go for free.
Right, and throw them on eBay to pay for our trip. Yeah, exactly.
Two per cabin. 2 lightsabers per cabin. That is all that is allowed.
On all merchandise.
Oh, all merchandise. Okay, there you go.
It's all merchandise.
If I'm gonna spend that much money, I want more than 4 aliens to give me the experience. I shouldn't have to make my own experience.
Well, I also think maybe you should have a mandatory to dress up.
I do too. I think if I'm going to pay that money, to your point, I don't want to have to buy it there. But I want to be, or if you're going to make me come in and want to dress up, you have to have the thin Jedi robes, put them on, you're fine. But you should be able to. You should all come in full dress. If you're paying that much money, and everybody else says, out of respect for everybody around you,
supply it.
I would think you would
return at the end.
Yeah, you would all be part of this and want to be part of that. But yeah, coming in regular gear, it kills the whole thing, especially to that point again. If I've only got 4 aliens and 500 regular people, what's the point? I'm in the mall. I can get that.
Yeah.
Walk down Hollywood, you get more aliens down there in front of the man's Chinese.
Yeah, you do. Geo the Hutt says he wants an alien trying to sell him spice.
Yes.
Yeah, death sticks, spice,
Yeah.
candy cigarettes.
Bug me at the bar. Bug me at the bar. Yeah, please.
Let me ask you something, guys. The ones that are married, everybody, male or female. I've seen some videos and I've seen some people do this, and I've seen some of the like the lightsaber event and stuff, and how they're trying to role play this and trying to get you immersed. Right, your significant other is standing right next to you, and like I said, I brought this up at the beginning. I want a real honest answer from all of you because I know all your significant others. So, how are you going to be immersed when you got somebody that loves you and loves Star Wars, but if you start getting into it, how are they going to act? Are they going to make fun of you behind your back? Are they going to roll their eyes? Are they be like, oh my God, this is stupid? I think all the above myself.
Jules gets into it.
Julie will roll her eyes so hard at you, Scott.
After we get back to the cabin. Cabin, she will.
That's my point. That's my point.
But there in front of everybody, no, she'd be into it.
And that's why I'm like, it's almost like if I was there, even if everybody's dressed up and they're sort of like, I need you to run these plans to the corridor. And I look at the corridor and I see people lined. I'm like, I ain't going nowhere. Like, I'm done. I'm done with this immersion. Screw this data pad. I'm going to go in my cabin and eat ice cream. Well, you know what I mean?
I would do it and I wouldn't care. I would be immersed. And wife depends on how many drinks she's had. If it's 1 or 2, she's cool with it. If it's 3, she loves it and she'll be way into it.
But it's going to hinder your experience. What I'm saying.
At 4 and 5, man, I'm a big dummy and I should get the hell out of here. What did I spend my money on? So it just depends.
Desiree would be. She would probably have more of an experience than me.
Push you out of the way.
She would. I would be the one. I would be the one looking at her like.
Rolling your eyes at her, nerd.
Yeah, like I could see her having more of an experience than me. She's just that way.
Yeah, it's a weird concept to get my head around. And
I see Corinne and I see Ernie going full bore. I see them going full on.
But I mean, like it's we have a hard enough time being made fun of as when we grew up, right? It's just
would Corinne be down? Ernie, I missed it. Sorry, I was zoned out for a second. Did you ask about Corinne?
Yeah, Corinne would be down.
Oh yeah,
yeah. She'd be Kawaii Trooper, mad that they wouldn't let her. Bring
Ernie
her
would be
Kawaii
rolling his
Trooper
eyes
in.
at her.
Yeah. No, I'd be full into it too.
Yeah,
but
I know you would,
you're
yeah.
right, Marco. That pulls you out with the dude in shorts.
It does.
That you want to run down. I mean,
I'm going
Corinne
behind
still,
him and
Corinne still gets it now. She still wears costumes to the park now.
Which one?
And she bounds.
People.
And people still look and roll their eyes. It sucks.
That's the only one that I have, but
we don't really want hoodies. I mean, the leather jacket kind of fits, right? But it's like, what the hell? And this is not a very empty room. I don't think the rooms are empty like this.
No,
not at all.
No.
So now Miss Sunflower was asking about this atrocity right here.
Mm-hmm.
It's
a bit angle.
Well, the thing was that the real lightsaber, was dope, right? The fact that they have one, they brought it out, they showed it. That was absolutely awesome that they could do that. The execution on the swap was gnarly. Ooh, we don't have
drops out of frame, drops the saber, picks up another saber, and you can tell it's a completely different saber.
It came up at a different angle. She put it down like in front of her, pointing out. She picks it up sideways, coming up. All they had to do was have a panel somewhere this big, and so she can walk by like this, like she's going to go get him, and in the middle just swap him out. I know you can't hit him with the real one. I get it.
Right.
It's expensive. It's a prototype. Don't jack with it. But
okay, but see that even sucks too because they want us to buy that one, and it's supposed to. Oh, and you're being real gentle during the show.
I thought that one was not for sale and was not. There were no plans for making that one.
Oh,
yes, they do. There's a patent on it and everything.
Wow,
that's their whole reason of showing it off. Is this is going to be the next next round? Yeah.
So here's what happened in that scene too, Scott, because we've seen that one angle right over and over and over again. If you guys haven't seen it, look it up. It's ridiculous.
It's on TikTok.
But what they say is, at the same time, something fell from the ceiling as a distraction. Like Kylo pulled something from the ceiling, so it pulls you away from
hand
that.
Trick.
But guess what? You just pulled out the real lightsaber. Why am I going to turn my head for a half a second when you just pulled out? And then I watch her drop to her ground. I'm still eyes on Rey. She drops
because it's a shot from somebody across the other way shooting at her. So they do the blast and the piece then falls and moves. It's not even proportion right. They should have did it right over her head. It's a little bit too high above the ceiling, so you do stay focused on the saber.
Yeah, that would have made sense. If I just seen a blaster bolt and then she rolled across it, why not do that? There are so many cool things you could have done. Talk about Imagineering and using your imagination. That didn't take but 3 seconds for us to figure out how this could happen and not look like bullshit.
Also,
that was really bad.
You can eliminate the entire live action, and you have screens up there, right? You can actually make it a 3D projected thing that's going on and have a choreographed, like movie quality lightsaber duel, and then actors pop in and out. Like Universal Studios does it really well with like the Terminator show.
You
know what I mean?
They have said over and over again that this takes place between The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. Kylo Ren does not have a helmet. He destroyed his helmet.
Smashed it. Yeah,
he smashed it. What did he do? Did he grab some super glue, put it back together? It gets smashed again. Then he's got to use the red stuff to make the Gorilla Glue on it to make sure it works.
At the very least, use the red one so we can kind of play with it a little bit and know that it was put together.
Yeah. So now so this is funny. As they said, this is canon. So we're made to believe that Kylo and Rey had a fight on the Halcyon. What was it called? Halcyon Starfighter with
on the same ship he was conceived.
The same ship. I mean,
what?
This is a classic.
No,
this is a classic example.
This is where Han and Leia went on their honeymoon.
Right, according to the book, the new
on the Halcyon. Did you? Oh, you weren't on last week when I complained.
That's
okay.
Right.
No.
Yes, this is their new part. That's the story. There's a new was it The Princess and the Scoundrel, whatever it's called, new book coming out.
Yeah.
And it's going to be about basically them on the Halcyon and how
it's about Leia and Han's relationship.
Yeah. Yeah. On the Halcyon.
It's got to be better than the courtship of Princess Leia. That was
probably like the same concept and that whole
concept.
Yeah. So
But-
again,
That's where they're making little bends.
yeah. In the meantime, yeah. But so again, this whole project again, and I have our opinions. It might have a place in the Disneyland touristy thing, but I think our consensus is, and a lot of people that we've talked to, not the people who went for free. Again, we didn't experience it, so full disclosure, right? They did, but for free.
And Marco wouldn't go for free, but I would. So I am a little salty they didn't ask, because I would have loved to go give my critique of the thing, and I'd have been honest. Like I said, I think there's some positivity to it. I do. We didn't have a bunch of pictures to go up, but I think that some of the cool stuff. I mean, just take away all the stuff we think should happen, right? When you're walking through, I mean, you're in a spaceship, you're in a cruise ship. Really, we haven't been on a cruise ship in Star Wars. This could look like anything. Like I've said, we've seen the Tana before. We've seen how Lando has a ship. And we've seen Bespin, for God's sakes. These things can look like this. It's not like it's out of control.
I agree. Yeah.
Right. The detail they have in the windows, that somebody put a stop motion the whole trip, and the stop motion showed star fields when they went into different speeds,
asteroid belts,
other planets, asteroid belts, other ships. There's things going on the outside constantly. That's really cool. I think the rooms are a little bigger than some of these pictures show, because I have seen wider views of them, and you do have more room. Some of the people get a little excited over the designs, like of the soap in the bathroom. They just put some stickers on some soap pumps, right? But the bar looks cool, even though I think it's a little next generation look. There's cool stuff to it, right? The animatronics on the Rhodian are cool,
are insane,
right?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like she's speaking. It's coming out in Hati. It's everything's cool on that. That's neat. There's cool stuff too. I don't want to seem like we're bashing on it. We didn't get to go. I mean, that's
right. That's what I'm saying. I'm basing it off of like.
But we're also not going to believe a whole bunch of, and I don't want to use the word shill, because I think that's crap too, right? Because they're not. They're just being respectful. A lot of them.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to say, look, I like it. Like I'm trying to say too. I think I would like it too, to a point. I wouldn't like it for the price point they're asking for me, and I wouldn't like it if that's my end all be all immersion, and I got that. I'd be right. But if I wanted to go to a Star Wars hotel at Disney World, I would pay $500 a night, because that's what you would pay at a hotel near Disney World,
right?
I think, right? Yeah, maybe a little more because it's Star Wars themed, so maybe $700. But that's for the room, not per person.
Right.
I'm like, I'll pay $7 for the room and I'll load it up. Let's go.
Yeah.
Like we do in Vegas.
We could all split the cost. I mean, even if it was,
man.
I mean, $2,000 is a lot of money, but if it was for the room and 5 of us could go and sleep comfortably, I'd split that. I would go.
Yeah.
But I mean, it not looking like what we think it should look like. I mean, the ship was technically built during the High Republic. So, I mean,
see, we got to get over the aesthetics a little bit, because we haven't seen every single ship. God, guys,
I'm sure if I was there in person, I'd get over it in a heartbeat,
right?
Honestly.
Yeah. Because there are going to be thousands and models of ships and Star Cruisers and stuff. We've never been inside.
I like I said, quick heartbeat, I'd get over it. No problem with that. I guess the true test would be in a couple weeks when the actual real reviews come out, the ones that took their family, booked the rooms, did the experience, come back and do a write-up on things like, you know what, that wasn't worth the $8,000 that I spent.
The ones that had to actually pay for it.
Yeah.
That'll be an honest review right there.
That's what I want to
get that in a couple of days.
Yeah. Here's what's hard about that, guys, is the day and age that we live in now, it's all about status. Everybody's looking just to say that they went.
Yeah, because they want to justify the $8,000 that they paid, right? So
correct.
They're not going to come out.
Oh, it was great. Yeah, exactly. And
that.
that's it. Really sucks. We're in a day and age of status, and not only that, but all of this high prices that Disney makes that everybody goes ahead and pays for it. We're saying about the price of the room. The Grand Californian is $1,200 a night right now.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. That's just
I used to take Jules there for a birthday
at Disneyland.
Well, we're going to Chuck E. Cheese.
It's gone from $700 to now $1,200, and there's people staying a full week there. So that's 12. Do you get what I'm saying?
Right, that's $6,000, dude.
Yes. So this money, people put themselves in debt just to have this status, and
yes,
that
they do.
Sucks.
They do.
It really does. It really sucks.
We say the 1%. There are people out there that just make a shit ton of money. It ain't even the 1%. People
correct,
just make
and we
money
have that now.
Money.
Well, and I'm not nothing about an influencer or anything about that, but that's what they do, and they get all theirs from the commercials. And you know what? It was cool, Disneyland. Maybe I'll try it again if they send me. Yeah. There it is. Like, you know,
how many crypto millionaires do we have right now? You know, there's a lot of people with money. There is a lot of people with money.
So it really it is unfortunate.
And no one's going to
because,
come on here and say they
sorry,
blew
Ray.
$8,000,
Oh, yeah,
right?
no.
And
Correct.
None of
no,
us.
I'm not a millionaire yet. Chris.
Right. So I mean, it sucks. And so the way that I look at it is, I'm saying no because from what I've seen, show wise, preview wise, I would rather do a 2-week cruise for the same amount of money and have a lot more fun.
Because you know what you're
Me
getting.
too.
You know
Yeah,
what you're
did
getting.
I get to miss out on my Star
Mhm.
Wars? Yeah, because like
Right.
to me, it's just 2 days isn't enough, and with
No.
events and rushed
Mhm.
and there with normal people,
Yeah, 2 days
that
is
does
not
take
enough,
me
man.
away from it.
I could take the same amount of money, go to Ireland for 3 weeks, and visit all the filming locations from The Last Jedi.
And
You know,
have
and-
Guinness.
You
And
give me
have
20.
Guinness.
Ireland.
I got 20
And
bucks.
Ireland.
I can get to space on 20 bucks. Trust me.
Yeah,
It's legal
see?
to get to space in California. Just saying. So,
So I mean, as we talk about high prices a lot across the board, Disney has gotten high prices.
and they gotten
So-
worse with it. They gotten real
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a perfect example is with the keys, right? The nickel
Yeah.
and diming, the additions, the front of the line stuff, and
Yeah.
for Bob Paycheck to come out
Paycheck.
and say we're not changing a damn thing. It's just like,
Yeah.
all right, cool. Because guess what's going to happen? I mean, maybe they care, maybe they don't, but I'm not buying a pass next year. When
I
my
have a-
expires, I'm buying
They don't care.
individual day passes.
Because
Yeah.
people will. Everybody will.
I know
It
they will,
doesn't-
Correct.
and that's the whole
Doesn't
thing. But
matter.
it's
And
just
it's because
that I'm
right
not
now you
gonna-
can see a lot
yeah.
of Disney and non-Disney of what we used to know.
Yeah, I
It
get
really
it.
sucks.
Because
Again,
no
it's
matter-
a status.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
I've been
I
here.
think I think this to kind of close with this whole thing. I think Disney bought Star Wars because they say no matter what we do, we put a Star Wars logo on it, and it's a cash cow.
People will buy it.
Can you put
Everything
Miss
is-
Sunflower's note up to that point?
Yep.
It is
Hang
a
on.
cash cow.
There we
And there are people who saved up their money for this, right? Regular ass people.
Yeah.
Just remember, like you and I, right?
Yeah.
In all seriousness, for the Star Wars fans that who did that, I hope they have fun and a legit fun there.
I
And
do too, man. I do.
I do
Like I
too.
said, there's a place for it.
Yeah.
There, I believe, like Ernie, like I said, I don't know the future of it because the bookings only go to April, and I don't know. I mean, I think you would have a 6-month out to be real successful, but for me, I'm staying away, and it's just because it's just not that. It's not something for me. But I've always said there's a lot of things in Star Wars that there's enough room for everybody. Cartoons, older, comics, books, and stuff like that. This might just be another example of something where it's like a twofold.
Not for you.
It could be, just because they could doesn't mean they should, but also just because I don't like it doesn't mean it won't work. And might be a great family destination. And I guarantee you, I step foot on there, I probably would love the aesthetic, but still have like a reservation of joining in on and really letting myself go, which I was hoping that was going to be a thing, just because it's not Disney's fault. I think it's the people's fault. People won't do it.
Oh, it's both.
Yeah, but I mean, Disney's setting the platform, and the people are still going to not join in on that stuff. They're not going to do it. Like, here's the platform. People are still going to show up in flip flops and a Bermuda short. So,
Yeah.
no matter what, and that's just like I think
just because people suck.
correct.
Yeah.
And like so
But yeah.
I don't know, guys. I'm waiting for more reviews. I love it, and I've seen some other ones that are they a lot of their photos were the gift shop. I'm talking like 50 photos of the gift shop, 50 photos of the food because it's all out of not earthly and stuff. 50 photos of the room, 2 or 3 photos of the aliens and environment, and that was it. And they said, hey, it was a great experience, as far as the story, because they felt like they were missing story because of they went to Batu for that 4 hours or whatever, and they felt like they were missing things on the Starcruiser. Which is, I guess, they're I don't know if that's an enticement for them to come back, but I don't know if that's a price tag and an experience that you want to repeat, So
Yeah, because the Nerdist review was kind of to the point, Scott, right? Of there was a lot to do. Did it need all of that? Like, seem like it got confusing to them, and they wouldn't have to do all of that next time, and a lot to follow.
But even she said though that this is not a repeat kind of visit.
Yeah.
This is a one and done. You do this once.
I don't know
and
how
then-
well of a business plan that is, honestly.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park, we'll have a coupon day,
I was supposed to say, is there going to be a Groupon where I can get it for like
Yeah.
139 for the week, and we're like rolling, you know?
Yeah,
all
exactly.
right.
All right, guys. Well, I think
but we get it inside with no window, just like on just on a cruise ship. I'm like, I'm in the closet.
Hey man, I'll
Oh,
take the
man.
engine room, no problem, because that might feel like a stowaway in the Plagueis book when Plagueis. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
You know
so
what I mean?
now that I've seen this, what I didn't notice, and Ernie had said about a cruise ship and decks. Do they have decks like a Lido deck and all that kind of stuff? Do they have, or is it just all on one floor? The stuff they do, you know? Or do they have it set up like a cruise ship?
I think it's just all one floor, like your main lobbies type of thing with rooms.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
wasn't
know
sure
because I mean, there's that up there. At the top.
there's
but
there's no
Dude,
like.
I can see that
right,
in Star
so-
Wars. I have zero problem with that picture right there being in
But
Star
this,
Wars.
to me, could be what you would see as a main hall in one of their other made-up rooms. They have all this where it's
Yeah.
very nice. You know, the Polynesian is like this, and you could see all the way up
Mhm.
through it with those elevator shafts right there and everything. They
Yeah.
have, you know, the wire like that. To me, I think it's just all rooms that you have to report to.
Yeah. So
All
the
different
one
areas.
thing that I
Oh,
did see,
gotcha.
and it was like
Convention
everybody's
center.
doing their. If you're in your room chilling, if you're in the bar or whatever, what they do is they have set
Well-
times throughout the day where an alarm will set off and everybody converge it on your data
Correct.
pad. Go to the whatever, and everybody in the entire thing. So now you're in like this ride scenario. Everybody's here, and then like Rey and Kylo will fight up there. It's like an event. They have events
Correct.
throughout the day,
Correct.
but it's but
Think-
also there is individual events. So like your data pad would be like, hey, I heard you talking, and I did see this one verbatim. I heard you talking to another thing about your lights. You're interested in lightsaber. There's a door over here. Go through that door, and it's like a one-on-one experience with some data pad and maybe a cast member. They do have this stuff involved in that. You know what I
Is
mean?
that something I want those to walk around with a data pad when all day I walk around with a freaking cell phone anyway?
Right.
I'm trying to disconnect when I'm on a break. Like,
Yeah,
we're going on a vacation this month too. And guess what? I'm not taking my phone. I'll take my phone, but I'm turning
See,
on airplane mode the whole time.
We're going to Disney World, and we're going to be there. And at any Disney park, you got to have your phone.
You
in
got
order
to. You're
do
making it
anything,
more part
you've
of you
gotta do
now,
your phone.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
I wanna be
can't just
disconnected.
You can't
enjoy
go
the
to
experience.
Disneyland now without it. You
Yeah.
do everything on it. You show your
You
passes,
can't enjoy
you
it.
order
You
your
can't
food.
enjoy your experience.
No, you can't.
You-
And
That
your
sucks.
battery life. And then if
Everything.
they charge you to
I-
charge your
so-
phone too.
I guess
look
the
at
best
that.
way to explain it is then we got to think Las Vegas casino wise. Circus.
Yeah,
All of those have the casino floor, correct? But you have your towers of rooms.
correct.
So that's basically what this is. You converge
Oh.
on the different levels.
Yeah.
I mean, we
that's
got to think of it that way. Not just
Yeah.
a hotel, but like a Las Vegas casino.
No, it's just different, and you're locked in. So, are you able to go out? Are you able to leave?
Yes.
One time
yes, there-
on the second day, I believe.
on the second day you go to Batu. However, there is a hydroponics deck where you can go out and see a preview of what the flora looks like on Batu. It's basically outside with a little cover.
Cool. Oh, I mean, like you're on ship. You can't bounce.
No,
and
there
go
is-
dinner
No,
outside.
no,
That's what I'm just making
Yeah,
sure.
there
Like
is
you're on a cruise ship.
4-hour. Yeah, there is
Yeah.
a 4-hour window where you're allowed to go to Batu.
I get Batu. Batu doesn't count. I mean,
Oh,
I mean
okay.
the world. I mean Earth.
No.
Okay, let's check it.
You're
I mean,
stuck.
I'm making sure there's no escape because that would kill it too. If a door kept opening, I'd be pissed.
Correct.
Right.
But once you're on Batu, now you got Mickey Mouse balloons all over the place.
Yeah, I get it.
And that's what I'm saying is you should have made this an evening one.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
could have
Right.
closed it. That would
Like
have
a
enticed
welcoming
people
thing
even more.
and oh my god!
Because
it
I'm
could be
sorry,
really
I
cool.
know that you wear your badge and everything, but just like how I was talking, and then I think it was Crystal and Scott who agreed to it, they haven't had a lot of interaction either lately. And I could see that already with your badge from your hotel. Say come April, and you get the new worker who's there who doesn't give you a welcome or a anything.
man.
You should have closed it
Yeah.
and made it a night experience. And you can because you have all these after hours events.
Yeah.
And now you want to talk cash cow. You could have to know that Batu East closes at 7 p.m. They get an hour to get everybody out because from 8 to midnight, your 4 hours is all everybody from that special trip interacting with people, maybe even bringing out
cool.
more aliens, right? I mean, that
Yeah.
would have made it more because I'm with you, Mooch. I've been in here now for what, like 8 hours or the day and stay the night. And now I get to go to Batu and you're right. And you're just in the middle with everybody.
Yeah.
Like
Brings you right back to reality
that
and
pulls you out. And then you
yeah.
got to be brought back in. that's what sucks.
Crystal,
See,
the,
Crystal, when she says, "Now I want a Star Wars casino," well, we got that in The Last Jedi, and we didn't like it very much. So.
yeah, but when it's real life, that's different because
That is different. All right,
Bermuda
so Disney,
shorts, though.
let's recap. Fix the price because that's ridiculous.
yeah.
And let us go to Batu at night because that makes sense. So you're not with the normies, right?
Muggles.
Switch up Batu and the Star Cruiser from original trilogy to sequels by season, or do something like that so we can all get involved
Mandalorian.
and like it. Or use the
Yeah.
Mandalorian on all of it because guess what? Everybody loves
Everybody
the
likes
Mandalorian.
it's universal, right?
And to be cheap, I can get original trilogy characters in the Mandalorian too, so that works for everybody.
there you go. It's a
Right,
great
so
time frame. Yeah.
That's it. Do that, and we're all back in this thing. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
and get more aliens and droids at both of them. Pay attention, Disney. We've got the answers here. Bring us in. Oh,
Yeah.
one more last thing. Make it immersive for everybody on the damn thing, and just give them robes like you do on the Darth Vader Jedi Academy thing.
Yeah.
Every kid gets a robe when they go up there, and they give it back when they leave. Just give
100
them the cheap ones.
Yes, like I said, everybody gets a thing to wear during, and then after leaving, you put it back just like the data pad. You give it right
Easy.
back, and they clean it and
Problems
give it to the next
fixed.
person. Absolutely. It's like Imagineering are gods amongst imagination
Agree.
and fantasy, but when you tie their hands, I think this is what you get when you tie their hands.
Yeah.
And you got there's only one person to blame on that, and because you guys put out the Imagineering story, we know who to blame. Like it goes from the top.
And Miss Sunflower says, "Make the alcoholic drinks unlimited so we could all dilute ourselves."
Yes,
Easy enough.
Yeah.
you get enough
I'm
drinks.
sorry
I will
for-
run through the
For that
crowd
type
and
of
that
price
line
and
dance.
immersion, I don't want to bring out my card either.
Yeah.
I
Right.
don't want. I know it's all about
Right.
the Magic Band, which is a great system and it's different, and
Yeah.
you do get an exclusive Magic Band,
Right.
but you're still having to do it in your thing. We should just they could give you fake plastic credits.
Yep.
You
all
could
circle
They have
plastic
it
that
on
you
Bot
could-
2 right now with that little chip.
You could
like
play.
load it
Well,
up
that's
and
what
you-
I'm saying though. But if
Yeah.
you're in the immersion and you're supposed to be 2 days of this,
right.
your $4,000, $6,000, whatever
Put it on
is,
my
is
account.
drinks, food.
Yeah, yeah.
Load it
Exactly.
Load it on your
Yep.
data pad.
Right.
Yeah.
Put it on
right.
your data pad. You're already
Yeah.
using the damn thing everywhere. Put it on
Correct.
the data pad.
When you're on a
Oh.
cruise, you don't do the same thing either. It's all your room key
Yeah.
that you use. So it does happen from food to like that. Now it sucks
Oh, you're right.
because at the end of the cruise, shit, I paid $2,000 for a product and now you want it because you just here, put it on my
but you
room.
can
But that's what I'm saying. As far as
Yeah.
I agree with her, as type of food
Yeah.
and drinks and like
There's the-
that, you should
yeah.
walk up anywhere and
Man,
give
don't like-
credits or something.
You don't want me drunk with a lightsaber.
That
in
is-
hand. I'm taking out everyone.
Yeah, you're asking for Disney on there. I mean, there'd be a lot of fights. I mean, real.
I don't
fights.
know if we need him sober with a lightsaber in his hand around people. Mike's not
We'd be
allowed weapons.
hitting
That's
people
true.
because they're not a role playing.
Yeah.
Put your robe on.
Yeah, you goddamn sandals.
Yeah. And again, I would be Anakin on the kids who just wouldn't shut up.
Yeah, that's
or
right.
Take it
That's
away.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Right.
all right, cool guys. Well, yeah, more on this to follow in the future, I bet. So,
Man, we did a whole
and-
episode
and
without
like
talking like real
Yeah.
Star Wars.
In
Yeah,
a month.
right.
In a month, I would like to see those real reviews of what's
maybe we
coming
should
out.
revisit. We'll
see
keep
them next
our eyes
week.
out, too, so.
Yeah, people are finishing up now. They're in there for the pay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But
I'll
again,
keep
see,
an eye
I still want to wait like a month because again, this is all the people who made sure they had their
Right, right.
reservations first.
you're
Right.
right. You're
Just
right.
to come on here and have the Fallen Fett say, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I was there. It was awesome.
All right.
It
yeah.
was amazing.
Well, I'll take
Oh my
your
God,
word for
Ernie,
it,
you've
too,
been? Well, right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that happens. Unfortunately, you don't get enough of that really sucks. Oh, this was good. This
Yeah.
wasn't good. I wish they did this.
I'm not going to tell you guys I
And-
wasted $8,000 and be like, yeah, it was a
Correct.
miserable time. I'm
Yeah.
going to try
when
to
you walk
justify
into
it.
a big grand room and it's all the things that you think is for you, like if you walk into a convention center and we
Yeah.
see our celebration stuff, it's going to be like, oh wow, amazing, it's our stuff, right?
Yeah.
You walk into the house, it's going to be just like Batu. It's the same thing. Oh, it's
Yeah.
our stuff. So
Yeah.
everybody that's getting in there is going to
I
be
still get
high
the
off
feeling
bat
every
for a
time I
minute.
walk into Batu
Right.
at night or during the day, and you hear the TIE fighter fly over you.
Yeah,
And there
yeah.
is- you do see nerding people. You still get that. But then again, let's say last weekend, I got taken out by everybody clamoring and getting in line to buy that lightsaber just to resell it. Like that takes you. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I know that's going to happen and everything, but still, it should be something else. You should have kept it on Shop Disney like it was, and not brought it to the park where all these people had no clue like I said, and we're just jumping in line to know that they can resell it. We had a guy in the shop who bought his 2 and then was returning 8 Loungeflies because he couldn't pay for them. And, he pulled those from his site.
Yeah, of course.
And the managers were already looking at him, and he was being loud and huffy. And it's like,
Jesus.
dude, you're the reason why you should not be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scott
You know what I'm
Bravo,
saying? It sucks.
his comments like, did they check your bags like a real cruise? I believe so, because I was reading a guy's, step by step. What they do is they escort you in, you get immersed, you get a credit, but they lead you right to your room for the first thing they do, so you can like put your stuff away and then join in the crowd. So
is there a guy that checks the bags we can tip extra for the alcohol?
Yeah, of course.
Is that what we got? Same
Yeah.
deal?
You have a
how many bottles? 5, $25.
The hundy right there.
So see and again of I don't want to see people in the lobby with suitcases or anything either. Like that room should be left done.
Yeah.
And like a cruise or some of these Disney resorts, you drop off your luggage in the front, and when you get to your room, then it's there.
Yeah.
So again, you guys got to take this all into consideration. You should have did that, because I did see some shots of people walking around with some rolling stuff. People with like big duffel bags and like that.
Sure.
And again, I'm being pulled out. And so if you're on theirs for the 2 days, is this everybody at 2 days? So like we can't get the 14th and 15th because that's that show. You need to wait until the 16th.
Yes.
Or is there people showing up on the 15th,
No,
16th,
I think
17th?
this is a every 2.5 day or like a 3-day venture kind of deal. Like
so
2
that's what I'm
days,
saying.
And then they take a day to reset, and it's it's not
just like a cruise,
okay.
man. You can't jump on when you're in the middle of the ocean, which is neat.
Correct. I didn't know if they were going to
Yeah.
get that part or not, or if you were going to have new people showing up every day.
No, the concept is rad, dude. I love the idea. I love
the
you guys are all
on
in it
paper looks
together.
good.
I dig it because you're really going to space like a cruise ship. I dig it.
Absolutely, man.
Execution.
Papa, yes.
pretty
Can we bring up
poor.
Papa's comment? You're absolutely right.
If his
Yeah.
towels aren't folded
You're right.
by baby Grogu.
When you show up on a cruise, they do different animals.
See, yeah.
I
Now
want a
I'm so
bantha.
mad. I'm so mad they didn't do that.
The time
First
frame
day.
won't allow it. No, it
I
will.
want a
Talking about like
bantha
the
on
little
second
origams.
night. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
I want a
oh,
bantha on the
man.
second
All right,
night.
guys. We could spend 1,000,000 hours on this because we could, and I'm sure the conversation will continue as it usually does. So, but I think we need to wrap it up here. Say goodbye. Make sure everybody hits that like and bell notification, all that stuff. This is great, and again, we're curious to see where this leads, where it goes. We're taking it as a face value of what we've seen. We've not been there, and maybe one of these, if you guys go, or we'll bring a full report. And I'm sure we'll be 100% positive because we spent our own money on it. So,
Right. That's how that works.
Anyway, I thank you so much. Thank you, Pitt. We will see you next week. But I want to let Ernie take it away. But also, I'm wearing Ernie on my shirt on my chest right now. So.
Yeah.
Woo.
Looks like he's
Speaking
biting
of-
right into your nipple. Like he's
That's
just grabbing on.
That's the Chamba Civil War right now. So much love to 80s Baby. 80s Baby went through a lot of stuff right now. We almost lost him twice. He is a great human being, does a lot for the communities, a lot out there, from podcasting to just being an all-around great dude. So
He's a
there's
good
been
dude.
lots of stuff to help with his finance. He does not have insurance. And unfortunately, like we said, it was serious. We almost lost him twice. So there's a lot going around. You can buy this shirt. There's another one on Three-Legged Rabbit that just came out. You can get that shirt. They're on all Toy Migos posts. Toying Around is doing a big raffle that will end next week. You have a chance to win everything. Andre threw up a Sentinel that you can have, and a lot of the community has come together to do what they can.
Awesome.
And so
that's what we do.
That's cool.
That's
So
absolutely what we do.
appreciate that, Marco. That helps out a lot. You guys
Of course.
want any info, just hit up the Toy Migos page, and that's where you find all the info to help out or get into one of these raffles.
Yeah.
But thanks, guys, for being here. We will see you next week, Wednesday at 8. But be sure to stay tuned to all of ours. We have a Facebook with Sarlacc Digest Central, our TikToks with 1-minute reviews and other showings. Don't forget our Patreon. We have our very first exclusive video up on there if you'd like to contribute to that. But what we ask to help us out the most is hit that thumbs up, hit the bell on notifications for all so you don't miss when something is brought new up. And you'll stay connected with us on Instagram and Twitter. We'd really appreciate that. Get the word out. And if you're just joining us for the first time, we have tons of content on there that you can go back and see how we do everything. This one is a little different conversation, like we said, than our normal because we're passionate. we're not hating on anything.
It's still Star Wars,
but it's different. It's passionate, and we got to talk about it on what could make it better or what they should have done.
Sure,
have
man.
any of us gone? No. Maybe someday. Who knows? And if you're in the pit and you do, let us know how you liked it. If you're watching this and you went in the comments, let us know how you liked it, because we're just going off of our own opinions, as we always do, our line talk, and think they should have did this and we could have had this. That's all. That's it. But join us next week for more Star Wars talk at 8 p.m. You can find Darth Moocher on social media, but don't forget Tashi Station Emporium. Santo1414 hit it up earlier, and he got in his stuff. There we go. Thank you so much, Santo1414, for that. We all use them. Great figure stands and a lot more to come with that. Don't forget the artist Scott Solo. You can find Grand Admiral Franz on Twitter, fighting with everybody. I'm just kidding. He's really
nice on Twitter.
You're not. You've done a good job. I still haven't had to step in. I haven't. So there we go. We're like, Chris, back it down a little bit. And Bootleg Joe, also with some great toy photography and other shows on RLU that he's done with Adrian and other people. He also knows about Dario. So you can speak up for Dario, right, Joe? Good guy?
Definitely. He's one of the best. He's one of those souls that's very limited on this earth. And I'm doing what I can to help him. I talk to him every day on Messenger, and he's a really good dude. I'm trying not to get teared up because we've had conversations, and because I've had issues with my heart, so we both had medical issues, so I know what he's going through. And he's a real good dude.
We'll have him on when he's better and all 100%. He hasn't talked to us in Star Wars in a long time, so we'll have to.
But he's always on the Digest Central page. He's always sharing things. He's always talking to everybody.
He's on top of the toys, still in his condition, still chatting it up, still getting it, notifying us on toys. That's awesome. Yeah, like I said, he's one of us, and we all come together when everybody needs it. So
he's still pushing through. So if you want to know more on toys, you can find me on the Toy Migos with They're Not Dolls. 5 p.m. is the Chat Migos Assemble on Tuesdays, 8 p.m. on Thursdays. And then I also have another new show coming. I'll be along with Kevin toying around, Yoko from Super 7, and Captain Carson Teva himself, Paul Sung-Hyun Lee, and me, the Fallen Fett. We're going to be doing some other
that
shows.
Guy should be on our show.
Yeah, hopefully soon.
That guy should be on our show.
Hey guys, next week we are probably having a guest from The Mandalorian who plays like 6 different characters.
He's the real life cosplayer, and he gets paid.
So we'll just leave that there, and we'll put it out when it was supposed to be on today, just so you know. But he had to be on set, so we had to cancel. So looks like next week, unless the set happens again, we're gonna have us a special guest from The Mandalorian coming on, and it should be fun. We'll advertise it more as it gets closer.
Once it's confirmed for like that, or we're trying to get it on a live show so you guys can interact with them too. It'd be awesome.
We're trying to go live with it for fun for the pit, but if we have to, we'll record it and put it out.
And this guy's involved in Star Wars. Let's just put it
seriously.
This way. So you'll be
lots
excited.
of characters.
You'll be excited. Put that link back real fast. Episode 137. If you have not, go back and just hit that like button. We're 12 likes away because we had a giveaway, a signed poster by Scott and Timothy Zahn. That's the one.
Timothy Zahn, the creator of Grand Admiral Thrawn himself, autographed this poster. I don't have the actual ones over there on that side, but this is what the poster looks like.
Yeah. And Timothy Zahn is on there. He signed it. Scott signed it because he's the one who drew it. All we need is 60 likes on that episode. We're 12 away, and we are sticking to our guns. That sucker hits 60 likes. Leave a comment for your entry. We will be giving that away. And until that episode hits 60, that's what we're pushing for. So
it's never going to happen. I'm going to hold on to that.
I guess I'll make 12 accounts just to make it.
I'll just walk up and hand it to you. It's fine.
I know right now. So, all right, guys. Well, with that, thank you so much. Thank you, guys. I'll see you next Wednesday. And Scott,
keep it nerdy, everybody.
And go
don't
find
say
yourselves. Don't find. Go find yourselves.
Woohoo!
Oh boy.